brought Susan for a couple of different reasons. One is students have told us over and over that they love and are interested in hearing real women's stories. I've heard Susan speak a couple other places, and her credentials are outstanding. So we just thought her story was very important to highlight at this Women on Wednesday.
Invited to speak on the symposium they have for the women on Wednesdays, and so I'm a state legislator. So I was elected January 10th to the Minnesota House. So I'm a representative for South Minneapolis. I was in my father's. He had a little library, and there was a book in there, and it was a blue book. It was the AA book, and I read it. And I said, okay, well, I want to, by the time I was 12 years old, I knew I wanted to be an attorney. And I knew that I wanted to keep doing what my parents were doing, fighting against discrimination. But at the same time, I read this book, and I knew my family history, and I knew the struggles that my own father had. And I knew in that book that was me, that I was something that I was going to have to experience. Oftentimes people that are minority will, it's hard for us sometimes to come outside of our own communities and our own community organizations, and so stepping up to run for and to be part of an institution that is predominantly male, white, and was something that I believe that's the only way that we're going to change institutions to make them look more like us, is to participate in them. So that when we integrate and when we participate as women or as minorities, we change those institutions. And so that's why I felt it was very important to say yes to the opportunity to run it. So.
I just thought her story was very important to highlight at this Women on Wednesday. And the other is she is an elected official. And this is an important election, and we thought it really important to highlight, again, women who are fighting for women's rights and underrepresented people in Minnesota.
Is social progressive agenda. It exists, and it is something that is very well organized, and I don't, that it. I think people are getting to the point where they want Minnesota to be a place that is fairer, that is more inclusive, and that we have institutions that start looking like the people that we serve, and that is something that I believe that in Minnesota is at a place where people are committed to doing that.
It's critical for students to vote. I don't have the particular statistic in my head right this minute, but what I do know is proportionately students are underrepresented in the voting booth. And one of the ways that plays out in society is elected officials are less likely to take into account students' perspectives, young people's perspectives. So it is critical, and I think it's both a right and a responsibility